Alrighty, and we are back. Um, Probably the final video in the segment. Though, for time constraints, I might actually make it a two-parter. I'll speak, end the video, create another one. Mom comes on, she says her point as well. All right, a parent's view on the whole ABDL topic: acceptance, denial, feelings of guilt, positive and negative feelings, etc. So this is more for the parents. We've gone on this journey. Your child has figured out that they were ABDL and what it meant to them and what they decided they wanted to do with it. They've gone on to thinking about telling you about this finally. However long they've been dealing with it by themselves, they've finally come to confide in you, hoping to find some kind of continued acceptance, as you've pretty much accepted them this far in life with their decisions, and you've kind of guided them through some of the unknowns you guys might have learned together and worked through things. This would be no different than those other times and those other topics, whatever they might have been. I want to now also share myself with others in the same. The age differences, the travels. Got a lot of things to think about, so hopefully the other videos help a little bit to ease the fact that you know your child has done some work, educated themselves, and is not going to go out here and get themselves into a rather sticky situation that's going to turn out really kind of bad. Okay. But now, what is left to be discussed is how do you, as a parent, feel about this? A little bit more about your child and this that they're going through. You may be at a loss. This is shocking to you. You don't understand it. Where did this come from? Okay. Now, where does ABDL get its roots within us? For some, it has simply been something, okay, like me. I've just always had some unexplained attraction to diapers. I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, I can't tell you any more than that. From my earliest recollection, I've been somehow just drawn to diapers. Lifelong. Again, like, maybe a past relationship turned your child onto them. It might have been maybe your child had bedwetting issues or some other unfortunate medical condition where the use of diapers were actually needed, even in a short-term situation. And then they might have had some feelings stem out from that. What else? A number of things. Then the last being, if this was the case, you as a parent are not here to watch this video. It might have been something from a troubled youth has caused the child to take up on this. It could have been an abusive situation. It could have been they've felt like their childhood has been railroaded somehow. Usually, though, if you as a parent are seeing this and you have a functional, loving family, I doubt that it's abuse. I mean, some people will use ABDL as a coping mechanism for sexual abuse and a whole lot of other nasty things that they've had in their childhood. But again, I mean, if that's the case, you as a parent have probably been removed, or your child has walked away from you, and then this doesn't matter. That's a whole different circumstance. Another possibility could be you as a parent, attaboy, good job. You did great at raising your child. Now, what happens is your child's getting older, and they might miss that childhood. Okay? They might want to hold on to it just a wee bit tiny longer. Okay? This could be described as a phase. Your child will go through it, and then, it's nothing then. Okay? Let them work through it. Support them on it. Even if the support you can give is just a simple, all right, I'm just going to clear my mind of it and just simply trust that you are an adult and you've got this handled, even if I may not necessarily understand all of your motives on it. It seems to be very important to you, and as a loving and caring parent, I want to see the best for you. And if this is something you've got to pursue, so be it. Period. Leave it alone at that. Let your child go to explore and enjoy themselves in this. Now, that may be easier said than done, okay? Because as a parent, I know that you're going to probably have, I'll look back down here at my notes again, you're going to have some denial, or you're going to have some guilt, or something in there. Something's eating at you. Did you... Well, the guilt. You're somehow... Or the denial. You're denying that this can be happening right now. I can't believe that me and my child have just had this talk. I mean, what... You can't wrap your mind around it right now. I can't even believe we've just had this conversation. I can't. Or I don't want to. You're going to try to deny this. There's no denying it. Okay? It's out there now. Okay? Discuss it to some degree. At a minimum, you agree to disagree. I mean, I've said that before. Okay? You look your child square in the eye and say, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't believe in it. I deny this. Let's leave it up to agree to disagree, and then don't talk about it anymore. If you're having some feelings of guilt, is it possible that you feel somehow you went wrong in your parenting? Why do you feel that way? Might be a good time to maybe pause the video and talk with your child and be quite frank with them and ask them, because they'll be able to give you the answer better than I can in this video. Did I do you wrong? I'm feeling guilty because you turned out like this. And I don't understand where it came from. Maybe I don't like it. Did I personally do something wrong in my parenting that caused you to be this way? Pause and think about that for a minute. When I just started this video, I said some of the things that trigger ABDL could have been your child just born this way. They've excuse me, sorry, I've been talking a lot. I'm trying to drink water in between videos, but you've done nothing wrong as a parent, okay? But ask your child, do you feel that I have wronged you in some way? Are you acting out against the upbringing that we've done for you? Have we failed you in some way? That is something I can't help you with. That is something between you and your child to try to figure out. Did you in fact wrong them in some way? I can guess that your child's going to say no. Okay? Based on what I had just got done saying, maybe your child actually did enjoy the way they felt when they were younger. Some of those younger memories that they can recall. Maybe this is brought back out by certain adult stresses that they're having. Now, I'm not saying that your child should drop out of college or something because it's too tough on them. But, if say that might be a scenario that's going on, they just long for holding on to their childhood a little bit longer. You did everything great. Congratulations. Great parenting skills. Now, just in their adult life, they might be looking for, again, just simply to hold on to that youth a little bit longer. It could be a phase. They could go out here a couple weeks, a couple months, enjoy it, get what they want out of it, and then it's never spoken about it ever again. It's never done again. But really, honestly, most ABDLs were lifelong. Okay, it's not actually a phase. If it helps to get through it, it could maybe be a phase lasting a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years. You never see the end of the phase because it's a really, really, really long phase. But please know that I highly doubt that there's anything you've done as a parent. Okay? It's just something within your child. Love them. Let them explore this for what it is for them. Okay? You've done nothing wrong. There's no fault. Okay? You absolutely did nothing wrong. Your child will be able to tell you that. Okay? Yeah, so we have the denial. This can't be happening to me, what have you. You've got the guilt. Maybe you've done something wrong. No, you haven't. The acceptance of it all. Your child has carried this with them for a while. They've battled internally. They've had to accept themselves. It's going to be really, really important if you work with them and you try to accept them for who they are. Okay? And you've probably actually been doing that for quite a long time now. You have accepted the fact that your child would rather play a musical instrument rather than be on the sports team. Your child wanted to go out for any number of scholastic type programs, maybe more of like a book club rather than like cheerleading or something. I mean, martial arts instead of ballet or something. Okay, so you've had these little moments in your past, in all reality, to where you have to accept your child's decision. Okay, you want them in one particular program, and they've said, "Sorry, mom, sorry, dad, that's not my cup of tea. I feel that I would be much happier over in this other department doing this." Okay, accept them for their decision, accept them for their individuality. Okay, let it go. It's a really good experience for them to try to have. So yeah, that's the denial. That's the guilt aspect of it. You've done nothing wrong. I can't say that enough times. You've done nothing wrong as a parent. Just accept your child for who he or she is wanting to be. Accept and encourage their individuality. I can understand, again, as I mentioned some of the other videos, that quite possibly, conceivably, society has us all being corralled into some kind of pen or some kind of box, to where we all have to fit some kind of like arbitrary or binary social status. That's kind of going to make for kind of a dull and boring life. Please don't limit your child to living in a box. Okay. You've probably actually encouraged them over the years to stand up and stand out, and to make something of themselves. You're empowering them to be something, to explore themselves. This would just be another one of those things, actually, maybe almost beckoning that you just inherently accept it for what it is. It may not sit well with you. So then again, I know I'm almost talking in circles. Accept it, please. You might agree to disagree, and just let it alone. But don't fault yourself. There's nothing you've done wrong as a parent. Okay. It will work out. You might have, if you have a positive reaction to this, you've already got it figured out. You probably didn't need to watch these videos. You respond positively to this. That probably means you and your child have had all the discussion that needs to be, and actually it's all right. It's been accepted. It's good, and you guys have come to peace with each other. If you're feeling some kind of negative feeling, if I knew of every potential negative feeling, or if you somehow actually wanted to reach out to me or my mother and on a one-on-one discuss the problems that are between you and your child, maybe we could together figure out exactly what the negativity is and come up with some kind of course of action to make it all right, to make it better. But now, any negative feelings you're feeling, where are they coming from? I mean, is it something based on us by some kind of societal norm, and this is not normal, so therefore it's not okay? It could be religious based. I'm not gonna get in a sticky fight over religions. You know, how would that even matter? We could go back and say the S word again, sex. Okay, you might say if your child decides that they want to enter into a relationship with someone that, that this isn't right, okay, you talk to your child, and so you're going to get in this relationship. What are you going to do? Go have sex with this guy like before marriage or something? If the religious upbringings that have been handed down to you, that you've handed down to your child, are good, true, core religious values, and I'm not going to dispute that whether they are or not, probably those religious feelings and the upbringings are still very much alive in your child, and they have actually considered that. So in the event that like no sex before marriage, then your child's probably going to tell their prospective partner, hey, look, bud, we're not going to do certain things because it's not the right and proper place and time for those things. So a lot of what you're worried about, again, might go back to you really probably shouldn't worry that much because you did a great job at being a parent. You really did. You did a great job of being a parent. Your child is going to take a lot of these lessons you gave them and carry them forward and apply them. So inherently, as a good job to the parent, your child's going to reflect that and carry it through. So, if there is any negativity, if there is any problem with accepting your child's what they want to do, before you just shut down and say absolutely not, I refuse to accept this, take a little time, look through all the videos. I tried to be comprehensive, but I just can't. Everything's so unique that I might not be able to cover every single possible aspect. But support your child in their decisions in life. Allow them room to explore themselves, to define their life. Don't ruin, don't limit potential relationships. Don't cut you guys your own selves off. Okay. I like to put a story out there that there was once upon a time in my history where me and my mother had actually disagreed on something that was actually dating based, and I insisted on doing it anyway, and it kind of bit me in my backside. But before I'd actually woke up and realized, oh crap, I screwed up, I had actually gotten in a fight with my mother and had not talked to her for a good number of years. And you couldn't prove it now. I mean, we did get back around together, and we did discuss the problems and the differences, only after it caused a problem where we didn't talk. Okay. Try to talk it out first, but accept it, allow it, let it go. Stuff's going to happen with your child all through their life. There's going to be risks that are taken. Some things are going to work out great. Other things are going to be like, they're going to explode and, they're going to fall apart. As you have been doing all these years so far, you've been there for your child. Okay. On the good days, the great days, you're there to give, positive reinforcement to your child. You got an A in your report card. Good job. Let's go out for some ice cream. Any number of things. You just got your first job. Congratulations, kind of thing. Maybe your child has succeeded well in their job, got a promotion. Great job. When they first got their driver's license, they went a year and a half before they had their first little fender bender. You know, you had to mend that problem. Your child was probably down and out, probably likely never wanted to get behind the steering wheel of a car ever again. And it had to take your encouragement to say, look, these things happen, okay? Don't worry about it. You know, the insurance has got it, no problem. You know, you've been there to hold your children up, to boost them up. This is going to be no different. Hold your child up, support them, accept them, be there for them. Okay? They're going to eventually make their own choices anyway, whether you actually have anything bad to say about it or not. If they feel strongly in their heart and mind that this is something they want to do, they're ultimately going to do it anyway. Simply accept them, be supportive of them. They'll learn sooner or later, actually, if this is not a good thing, not a good place to be in, or if by some chance they just wake up one day and they're like, what was I thinking, you know? I mean, they might come back home to you and say, you know, Mom, Dad, I know we had our disagreements when this first happened, and like, I'm sorry. And then you might give them the, well, I kind of told you so speech. Don't cut them off right away. Don't limit them. Don't try to hide them from this. Kind of let them go. I think it's going to be, at least it was for me. I mean, it's been a positive learning experience for me. You know, maybe I wished I would have followed Mom's advice when she said, like, don't get involved with that one person. But hey, I was young and I was stupid, you know. I had to figure it out for myself. I think that's just kind of what children do. At some point in time, they're just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and it's, you know, whatever. You know, the consequences would be there, you know, and we pick up the pieces as parent and child. You know, you're there to support them. If they do make this work, great. If something happens and it falls apart on them, be there to help pick up the pieces, and maybe they come back with a whole different understanding that, okay, maybe I was wrong after all. But no, you know, just encourage their individuality, let them explore life and what it may have to offer for them. Let's see, what else can I add in on the topic? It feels like there's something more I should say about this. I mean, it's tough stuff. I mean, you know, I don't know. Maybe just those few words. You know, I'm usually this guy that can just like write pages upon pages, and I could just talk like all night long on just one topic. But actually, I think just that short little bit that I just put out there, you know, love your children, support your children, accept your children, let them be free to explore this world. You know, don't judge them, don't shut them out. You know, don't hold them back. Okay, and like know that you did nothing wrong as a parent. This is just one of those things that they have to explore. Okay. I guess, okay, the one other thing that I could possibly, that's where I was going. It's late here. I'm sorry. I don't know you. I don't know you. Can I be safe to maybe put an assumption out there that, okay, you were not an ABDL in your youth, okay, but is there a possibility that in your childhood did something similar like this occur with you? Did you harbor some harmless but unique feeling, thought, desire? Maybe even now in your adult life, you have something going on that maybe you haven't really come out with and been truthful. Maybe you've been holding on to something very dear to you and very secret. I don't know. If in your childhood you did anything that was like taboo or what have you, let's not even speak about this kind of thing. I mean, it could, oh my gosh, it could ruin the whole family. I don't think so. But if that did happen somewhere in your past, then that might give you a little bit better understanding where your child's coming from now. So before any decisions leveled on, oh my gosh, this is just absolutely horrible and this cannot be going on and I do not accept this, kind of stop for a minute and ask, well, geez, you know what, actually in my childhood it was an ABDL, but can you make a connection to, like maybe you felt as strongly about something as your child is feeling as strongly as ABDL? And maybe you did tell your parents about it, or maybe they came in and tossed your room and found something that wasn't too good, and maybe you got that finger lashing from your parents, and it's each generation. I mean, it's going to do it. Okay, and when your child matures and gets in a committed relationship and has their own children, it goes on down through the line. Okay, so kids do crazy stuff, man. Love them, accept them, let them kind of find their way. Don't beat yourself up too bad over this, because no, it's nothing you did wrong. Okay. If anything, agree to disagree, bury it. Just let them live their life. Chances are, I mean, in all reality, you guys could like have this major, dirty, disgusting, like explosive blow up, and I don't agree with what you're doing, and I'm not going to allow this. If you're going to do this, you'd better just pack your bags and leave tonight, kind of stuff. And you can say all sorts of mean, nasty, hateful things to your child, and I bet they're going to snap back and say some mean, dirty, nasty things to you, and it's going to be World War III within your house, and there's going to be some love loss, if not, permanently, but for a while. And firsthand, I did that. I mean, I didn't talk to my mom for like over 3 years, and that kind of sucked. But what we were able to do was we were able to sit down and finally discuss it after the fact. I guess maybe I wished we could have had more acceptance and understanding before the major blow up. I don't know, maybe I was just raised differently, but I came from a household where stuff wasn't hidden from the child. It wasn't put up on the top shelf. I was more encouraged to, if I felt like I needed to explore something, that I was to maybe ask for it before I let peer pressure take me in a wrong and uncontrolled direction. Being there for your child, listening to them, understanding them, accepting them, might actually go a long ways to keep them out of harm's way. So be open about it, be loving, be accepting. Know that you yourself have not done anything wrong as a parent. and everything will actually work out just fine. There's probably, again, traces of this has happened in every generation. Boom, 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 down through the whole family, years after years, generations after generations. And this is just another one of those little things that you can work through it. You can let it go, and it'll be okay. So I think that's about all I have to say. I'm going to go ahead and actually make this the two-part video instead of one. This is coming out two parts. I'm going to go ahead and end this video for now. I'm going to get a drink of water or something, and then my mom's going to come in and say how she's felt about this whole ABDL thing, and kind of letting me go on my exploration. And just from a parent's point of view, did she want to accept this? Was there any real problem with it, etc., etc.? And so hopefully this helps you maintain a continued good, healthy relationship with your child in spite of this, oh my gosh, where did this come from kind of thing. Oh, this isn't right, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Hopefully this can help, ease what's going on and make it okay, because it is actually, an okay, great kind of thing. So I'm going to quit rambling on here. I'm going to let Mom do some speaking here. So we'll be right back. Thank you.